This is from No Label Necessary, Instagram account I follow. And they talked about a report that I thought was really interesting, and we're a part of, kind of. It says here, a recent Bloomberg report reveals that the podcasting industry generated $7.3 billion in 2024. It says here, Lopez-led report finds U.S. drives 2/3 of $7.3 billion global podcast market. Owl and Co. estimates that 2/3 of all podcast revenue worldwide is in the U.S., totaling to $4.7 billion. That includes what it estimates is $1.4 billion in video podcast related revenue, plus $700 million in consumer sales, as well as an additional $200 million tied to branded show production. But at $2.4 billion, advertising remains where the bulk of the dollars are coming into the podcasting industry in the U.S. Lopez said that the recent announcement by Patreon that it had paid out $433 million to podcasters in 2024 was a wake-up moment for how much is being generated directly from consumers. Quote, they're by far the biggest community-driven platform, driving consumer revenue directly for podcasters, he said. But as I went around the world, I found other opportunities and other actual ways of making revenue that include companies like India-based Pocket FM that is generating 9 figures in revenue, mostly from U.S. listeners. There you go.
There you go. That's dope. I mean, I'd like some of that money.
Same.
I mean, we'd be out here every night.
Every weeknight.
Yeah, it might as well be every night. They don't even know when we be recording on Saturdays and Sundays. They don't even know that.
Right.
They have no idea what they're getting sometimes.
Right.
But I mean, I think it's great to see and hear those numbers just to kind of reinforce that in the digital era we're living in, storytelling, people's voices is still very important. It might be packaged in a different way, and probably allows for a lot more autonomy. But that's great because, I mean, we all have a voice. I'm not saying we all should podcast, but we all have a voice. And I think this, just having this information, and for those who want to be in this industry, and it's not, I think there's a misconception that that audio, or not even necessarily audio, but that podcasting is has reached some sort of standstill, like that it's not. I think that's honestly coming from people who are not connected to it. But yeah, it's good to have that information. It's something that people who are able to monetize are able to leverage. It allows for that leverage if that's something that you're into, and it also creates a lane for those smaller creators too, to be like, hey, over here you guys are making money or spending money, and we're over here. And everyone doesn't have to be a Joe Rogan or Joe Budden or whoever else. But yeah, so
I agree. I think these are great numbers to hear. I think this was a great breakdown. And I think that there's still a lot of doubters of podcasting today. It may seem like everyone has a mic, and even I said that in a song, but everyone is not still a believer of podcasting. There's also a group of people who, you cursed it but rehearsed it. There's people who say, nah, podcasting is trash, no interest, it gotta be short, or I won't listen to it. But they listen. It's BS. And so I think podcasting has a lot of potential still.
Mhm.
I think this proves that it is not just some stagnant thing that is running out of time. And I'm a believer that, yeah, this is talk radio today. As my boy Nestor once said, shout out to Nestor. He said that on Man Cave. And this is it. This is it, folks. Like, you might have your breakfast clubs and other big spaces, but this is it. This is what people do. This is what people are listening to. This is where people are seeking information of different kinds, seeking entertainment of different kinds. And even the latest numbers show people are willing to put their money where your mouth is. And so I think that that is a beautiful thing to see. And I think it tells other people who are still non-believers or are saying, like you said, that podcasting is over, it's stagnant, there's no money, to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So
No,
that's what I think.
I agree.
And people love to go to numbers and say, oh, but the numbers say, well, here's what the numbers say.
Also, people don't actually have numbers when they say they're going to the numbers.
Well, people like to say, like, well, these numbers say, well, here are the numbers for
Yeah.
2024.
A lot of times, the people who say there are numbers don't have any numbers, and that's the problem. It doesn't mean that that's always the case, but I think sometimes it is the case. Sometimes people are spewing statistics, and because we live in such an era where there's so many people who refuse to fact check, you can walk around and say that these are the statistics, and people will accept it and believe you. And
Right.
I think there's plenty of people, talking heads, people who do podcasts actually, who do that. But, you know, just a thought in my head.
Right. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. I mean, I already went on my rant about podcasters, so
You did. You did.
you know.
Isolating the community. I meant to say alienating, but, same thing.
Tomato, tomato.
Yeah.